my loves, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a new pick a card reading, but before we dive into it, I wanted to give a huge shout out to Skillshare, who are kindly sponsoring today's video. If you have not heard of Skillshare before, they're essentially a huge online learning platform that has real professionals teaching you their topics of expertise. And they have so many different categories of classes, so whether you're wanting to learn photography, videography, how to open up your own business, website development, marketing, whether you're wanting to learn more about cooking or organizing your home, cleaning, whatever it is that you want to learn or a skill that you want to build or a hobby that you want to step into, Skillshare likely has a class on the topic. And one of my favorite sections of Skillshare is their learning paths section, because a learning path is a bunch of curated classes upon a particular subject that can really help deepen your understanding of that topic. And one of my favorite learning paths on Skillshare is the one all about how to use Canva. I use Canva to make all of my thumbnails and also make my workbooks for my websites and for my courses. And Canva is such a fun program, but there's also a lot of complexities within it. So I loved taking this learning path where there's experts explaining exactly how to use this program to create the best work that you've ever done. But no matter what it is that you're wanting to dive into, whether it's a hobby or a new skill, again, Skillshare has so many classes on so many different topics, and the first 500 people to click the link down below in the description box will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. And you can take so many classes within 1 month. You can dive into so many different learning paths, whether you're wanting to up-level yourself, your home, you want to journal, you want to dive into more productivity to get stuff done. Skillshare has so many different classes that you are going to love. And again, the first 500 people to use that link get a 1-month free trial. And thank you so much to Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. And without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right back into today's pick a card reading. Hello my loves, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video we have a new pick a card reading all about what you are currently manifesting. So if you are curious what you are calling into your life, what you're currently creating, the path that you're on, this is going to be the video where we ask Spirit to bring information for your highest good at this time to let you know exactly what you are currently manifesting in your life. I love using tarot for this particular method and tool, because it really helps us see whether or not we're on the right track. And you have free will, my love, so no matter what you hear, you can always reroute if you're like, oh wait, that's not the path I want to be on. Or if you're like, oh yeah, that is the path I want to be on. This is just your signs from the universe, exactly what it is that you are currently creating and manifesting in your life. So thank you so much for joining me here today. As you can see, I have 5 different groups in front of me. You are going to take all the time that you need, even pause the video if you would like, in order to find the pile that you are the most drawn towards. If you pick intuitively, your intuition always knows which group is going to hold all of the relevant information for you. So if you are drawn to group number 1 over here, this one has a gorgeous piece of Peacock Ore on top of it. So if you find yourself drawn to this group, that is going to be your pile that's going to reveal all the things that you are currently manifesting. Group number 2, we have this stunning piece of ocean jasper. So if you're drawn to group 2, that is going to be your message today, all about what you're manifesting. Then group number 3, we have this stunning piece of pyrite. So if you are drawn to group 3 or this piece of pyrite, that is going to be your pile. And then group number 4, we have this gorgeous piece of angel aura quartz. So if you find yourself drawn to group 3 or this crystal, that is going to be your group. Then group number 5, we have this gorgeous piece of amethyst. So if you find yourself drawn to the amethyst or group 5, that is going to be your pile, and it is going to reveal everything that you are currently manifesting in your life. So thank you so much for joining me here for today's video. If you need some extra help with tapping into your intuition, if you find yourself not visually called to a group, however, a lot of the times when you click on a video like this, your eyes will just dart to a certain pile, and that is your intuition speaking to you. But if not, there are a few different ways that you can tap into your intuition. One of them being, you can go over and hold your hand over the piles and wait for like a magnetic sensation, this pull, or you might even feel a hot sensation or a cold sensation. You just might feel something different or magnetic about a certain pile as you scan it with your hand. So that's one of the methods. Another method is to close your eyes and wait for a number between 1 and 5 to pop into your head. And the first number that pops into your head without you even thinking about it, that is again your intuition speaking to you, and that would be the group that you go with. There's going to be timestamps linked down below in the comment box as well as the description box so that you can easily navigate through this video and skip right ahead to your personal reading. If you find that you're drawn to multiple groups, that is totally okay. That is your intuition telling you that there are multiple messages for you in today's video. So you would just go ahead and listen to the groups that you are, of course, drawn to. So that is how today's video works. Thank you again so much for joining me here for this amazing reading that we're about to get into. If you are into crystal jewelry, by the way, I hand make these stunning, gorgeous beaded bracelets with authentic crystals, and I use gold fill so that your bracelets do not tarnish. You can wear them in water, all of that. And they are also made according to your wrist size so that they fit you perfectly. We also have tons of other jewelry on the site. So if you love crystal jewelry, I have all of that linked down below for you. And thank you so much for joining me here. And without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right into today's video. All right, my group number ones, if you were drawn to this pile, this is going to be a reading. So let's go ahead and dive right in. All right, so before we get into your tarot cards, we're gonna start off with our Astro Dice to see what you're currently manifesting. So we have Neptune in Gemini in the second house. Ooh, so Neptune is the planet of fantasies. It's like when we daydream about something, so there's something that you're daydreaming about. And the second house is a material thing. So something in your material reality, you've been visualizing something and wanting to make it happen. What have you been daydreaming about lately? What have you been really wanting to do or step into? Sometimes, so Neptune can also deal with the media, and being in the zodiac sign of Gemini, I almost wonder if some of you have had a calling to step more into the spotlight in some way, or to express your voice some more, to maybe do something within media. So this could be things such as like singing, writing, poetry, art, social media, marketing, starting a YouTube channel, starting a podcast. Like it can be all those different types of things because Gemini rules the voice. And it also rules writing and thinking and learning. Sometimes a little bit of teaching as well can be associated with Gemini. So with Neptune here relating to the media, I almost wonder if there's some way that you're thinking about utilizing your voice or utilizing your talents and skills to manifest something really big. Yeah, that's definitely what I'm getting. There's definitely like an online possible sort of correlation here, something online or something with the arts, and the second house being something very material. This could deal with our finances, our money, any material object that you can buy or own or invest your time and energy into, something like this. So that is what is coming out with the Astro Dice, just to start us off. So there is something that you're definitely manifesting in that area, and it's absolutely showing up in the Astro Dice that is already in the works and being manifested. So if you've been thinking about starting something with the media or growing your media presence or anything like this, that is definitely coming up. 8 of Swords coming up for you as well. So 8 of Swords is when we can sometimes feel trapped by our own thoughts and our own mind. It might be holding us back in some way. However, this can also indicate when we feel like we don't understand the path quite to get there yet, or we're just afraid of kind of being seen or coming out of our shell, and we feel like we're in a little bit of protection mode because maybe we are scared of truly stepping out there. But you've been daydreaming about something. Neptune lets me know that you've absolutely been daydreaming about something, but you're keeping it very internal. You haven't taken a ton of action on it yet, or you've at least been working on it behind the scenes without really talking about it or sharing it or doing a bunch of physical, external things with it yet. It's more internal. So that's definitely something that's coming up here that Spirit wants to say that yes, you are doing it internally. However, there's going to come a time where if you do want it to materialize, Neptune can get stuck in the daydreaminess of it, but the second house indicates the materialization of it. And in order to materialize it, we do need to take some form of physical action. But I do feel like this coming up, Spirit is saying that it's really good that you are working on it internally right now. I do feel like there's some certain blocks that you might need to get over, or certain beliefs about not being able to achieve it, because Eight of Swords is when we feel trapped by our thoughts, and our thoughts have been holding us back, right? And so there could be something here where Spirit really wants you to know that like you're on the brink of manifesting this, and this is absolutely possible for you. And Spirit is really wanting you to know that this is, like absolutely possible. The second house deals a lot with money and being like successful. It's like setting kind of like the foundation of your material world and with money and things like that. Second house is very correlated to money. So something that you've been fantasizing here about being successful, Spirit wants you to know it's like, you 100% have all of that potential within you, but it's really up to you to kind of overcome the thoughts that have been holding you back, or overcome the like internal limitations that might be stopping you, or the fears, right? Because sometimes we can have fears that hold us back. Six of Cups here as well is such a great card. Six of Cups usually talks about things from our past. So for one, it can talk about that we are maybe manifesting reconnecting with something in our past or someone. So for example, if you have family that lives far away, if you have a best friend that lives far away, Six of Cups can indicate that we're also manifesting a possible like surprise visit with those people, something to really look forward to. So that can definitely be an aspect of the Six of Cups. So if you do have people that are far away that you've been really longing to see, Six of Cups is saying, that's totally happening. However, in relation to this, Six of Cups can also indicate when we have put something on a pedestal and we might not feel ready for it. So Six of Cups, it indicates like the innocence or the childhood or something that's not quite mature yet, right? It's not fully matured. So this idea for you, maybe it hasn't fully matured. Maybe you're like, I still need to learn more. I still need to do more before I actually take action, which is relevant sometimes, but usually where we learn the most is when we are taking the action. That's where we learn the most. That's where we grow the most. So sometimes even taking action when you're not even necessarily quote unquote ready, it can really help you learn faster. So it's kind of like, you know, when you're a kid and you really want to learn how to ride a bike and you want to learn without the training wheels, like first you do learn with the training wheels, but there has to come a time where you have the courage to take the training wheels off, and you know that yes, you might fall off the bike, you might get a bruise, you might scratch up your knees, you know, that potential is like really there, and you know that in order to learn, that's gonna have to happen. You're gonna have to go through those like challenges, those obstacles, the pain of learning, right? The pain of putting yourself out there. Like you will have to learn that, and the Six of Cups is sort of like that indication of, sure, you might feel new at it. You might feel like a newbie. You might feel like not quote unquote ready yet. However, readiness is really up to you. You get to decide when you're ready, just like the kid who decides like, I really want to learn without my training wheels. Can we just do it? And then they do it. And again, they're going to get scraped up a little bit, usually, unless they're really lucky, but most of the time they're going to get scratched up a little bit, but it's okay. You get back up and you try again. You don't let those scrapes and bruises and those falls stop you from getting back up and trying again, right? Because every time you fall, you know better next time. You're like, oh my God, if I am not going fast enough and the bike's getting wobbly, like it's going to fall down. So you kind of learn that sometimes you learn. So my point being, sometimes you just need to put yourself out there, and Spirit's really kind of coming through with that message here. I really feel like those three cards want to come out for you, so we're going to go with it. Let's see here. We have the Devil being reversed. I love that this one came up for you. So this is actually one of my favorite cards in tarot, because it lets us know so much. And the Devil actually is very similar to the Eight of Swords, where it's kind of like we're restricted or we're stuck on limitations. When it's reversed, it's us overcoming those limitations, also us overcoming those fears, because the Devil can represent fears. It can represent things that feel like they're oppressing us. So when we're thinking about and visualizing and fantasizing about what we really want, there could be something standing in the way for you that has been stopping you. So again, the Devil being reversed is the release of that. It is the letting go of that as you kind of step into the, yeah, I'm new at this, and yeah, I'm gonna maybe make mistakes, but that's okay. Let me just do it anyway, because that's where you're gonna learn. That's where you're gonna grow. If you don't take the training wheels off, you're never gonna learn how to ride a bike without training wheels, no matter how long you contemplate about it, right? So you just have to do it physically. So that's actually kind of what we have here. You've been rehearsing something in your mind, daydreaming about it, but the physical manifestation of it is right around the corner, and the physical action is right around the corner, and the physical action is going to be what gets you the physical results that you really want. We also have the Four of Pentacles being reversed as well. So the Four of Pentacles can represent when we're really attached to something. We're really attached to maybe an outcome, or we're really attached to the current security that we have, right? So there could be something about your present moment that is giving you a lot of security that maybe it's hard to like let go of that. However, the fact that this is reversed with the Devil reversed lets me know that you're actually manifesting breaking free and being able to step outside of your comfort zone. You're manifesting letting go of the reality that you don't really want anymore. You're manifesting letting go of that. You're manifesting letting go of scarcity. The Stability card, right? Which the Four of Pentacles, when it's upright, it's not like true stability. It's stability that we're getting by hanging on too tightly to things that we don't necessarily maybe want, or they're not quite serving us, or we're just living in a lack-based mindset, right? And so anyway, the fact that this is reversed, I'm really seeing that for you, you are manifesting true security, where you're not going to have to feel like the lack, you know, like, this is just letting me know that perhaps you've been feeling thoughts, you know, every month, kind of like, oh, I can't spend this, or oh, I can't spend that, or oh, I have to live like this. I have to restrict myself here financially. I have to restrict myself here in order to create this sense of stability. But that's like this, it's also creating this side effect where we're feeling the lack because we constantly have to say no and like protect in order to feel stable. And freedom, like this being reversed just keeps saying to me, freedom, 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 freedom. We're getting out of isolation. We're getting out of oppression, feeling oppressed by our circumstances, feeling stuck by our circumstances. You are manifesting the freedom of that, but it will come through taking the training wheels off, going for that bigger vision that you have, and doing it. But you're already manifesting it. You're already like, what I really feel like Spirit is saying is you're already on the right track of this. It is going to take some time. Perhaps right now you still feel like you're kind of stuck in the midst of it, but you know that you've been doing the work. And I know that you have. I feel it through the cards. Like you've been doing the work. You've been having these conversations with yourself. I feel like you already feel it. And even if you haven't, I feel like this has at least been going on a subconscious level where you are on this track, right? So we also have the Universe card, which is actually the World card in the regular tarot. It is being reversed, which can indicate that so the World card is when we fully manifest something. It is the accumulation, it's the completion of a phase. When it's reversed, it can indicate that we still have a few more things to work on before our current phase is complete. And I feel like you know that already. There's certain things that you still have to maybe do and take action on and decide. Maybe there's like a choice or a decision that you still have to make, or pushing yourself into more of that bigger picture that you have for yourself, all of that. But the fact that we even have the World card showing up for you is indicating that you are on the track of closing out this old chapter and opening up this new one where it's going to feel a lot more expansive and all of that. I'm also seeing with this definite connection to someone that you've been missing, someone that you have been longing to see again. You're going to be reconnecting with them, and I'm also seeing that it is going to be a very positive time for you where there's going to be a lot of like, just this sense of fun and this sense of openness. And I really think that it's going to be healing and transformative for you in so many ways that are going to be beautiful and amazing. So let's go ahead and dive into some more cards for you here. So my group ones, what else have you been manifesting? Okay, so areas where you feel, I'm getting two messages from this. Areas where you feel like there is something missing in your life, you are manifesting healing that. And I really actually think that it's going to come through reconnecting with somebody that you've been really missing. It's going to like fill this, it's healing. Like I really feel like either this person's going to give you some really amazing advice or some really great support, some uplifting energy, and it's going to be really positive for you. Perhaps you've been really longing for something in your life that feels voidant right now, and I really see you being able to move towards manifesting that. If you felt void of inspiration, void of a spark, void of something, this is being healed, this is being filled. Another aspect that I was seeing in this card is that there might be something that you're really wanting to let go of. There could be something that you're really wanting to void out of your life. You're like, I don't want to be attached to that anymore. I don't want to feel that way anymore. And it could be letting go of the void feeling, right? That could just literally be it. But I'm really seeing like manifesting the release of that. Manifesting, releasing something that's going to help you have this rebirth. We also have the card of compassion. So you are also manifesting more self-love, more self-patience, being patient with yourself, being more easy on yourself, being more encouraging with yourself is coming through deeply. Also making peace with your past is coming through for some of you. We also have the sage. So this is when we do a big cleanse. And you are manifesting a big cleanse in your life. Whenever there's teeth on a card, or whenever you dream about teeth or like teeth falling out or anything like that, it's coming up on this card. But whenever we have dreams like that, it represents our self-worth. And so when the sage card comes up, I feel like things that have been diminishing your self-worth or thoughts where you're almost maybe criticizing yourself or attacking yourself kind of deeply, I am also seeing you being more compassionate and being able to heal self-worth issues. Areas where you've felt inadequate, areas where you have felt not aiming up to your potential. I feel like you're healing that, becoming more patient with yourself, and then also uplifting yourself. Like, I'm seeing a beautiful healing with that. And I'm also seeing that there's going to be a person maybe from your past. Again, this could be a family member, sibling, or somebody very special that you've been really longing to see again. But I just feel like their energy, the conversations that you're going to have are going to be so healing for you to be around that. Sage also coming up. I do feel like you are also manifesting a big cleanse in your life materially. So material things that you don't need anymore, that you can throw away, that you can void, that you can be like, okay, I don't need that anymore. A big clear out. You are manifesting a big clear out in your life. Maybe some of you have been inclined to do a garage sale or like get rid of a bunch of stuff or throw a bunch of things away. You've been maybe feeling that or being called to that, which is another thing that you are manifesting, and it's going to lead to this energy of like, oh, there's just a breath of fresh air. Feeling like you are just cleansed. And I feel like it's going to be such a good feeling for you. So that's going to be really positive. Also, whenever we have like the 4s being reversed, it can also indicate that we are shifting something with our foundation. We are shifting something with our roots. What are you rooted to right now? Because there's something that you're currently rooted to that maybe it's not the most ideal. So again, this card mostly talks about our financial situation, but it can also talk about other things that we are rooted to, such as a job that maybe is not as fulfilling to us, or maybe like just, it could even be a mindset. This could even be internal, right? It could even be like an internal like thing that we've been rooted to, like belief systems that have not been working for us, things like that. So yeah, let's go ahead and see what else we get for you for what you are currently manifesting. Ooh, we have the teacher card coming up. Stepping into more confidence. Perhaps, oh, okay. I'm getting a few different messages here actually. Okay. Bear with me. Some of you have been manifesting an important teacher to come into your life. Perhaps you've been really wanting to do something, or you've been really wanting to learn something, or you've been really wanting to heal something. Whatever the case may be, there's been something that you've been longing for. And I also see that you're going to be manifesting a teacher, or at least some sort of course, lesson, video, article, book, somewhere where we learn from, right? You have been manifesting the next thing that's going to really shift your life. It is going to give you the wisdom. It is going to give you the tools, the teachings, the know-how, the confidence, the transformation, because a really good teacher offers a transformation. This says learn, upskill, educate, prepare. You are manifesting your next teacher, and I really feel like this is going to be somebody new that you haven't come across before. You are manifesting your next teacher, or you are at least manifesting the right lesson or the right book or the right course or the right thing that's going to transform you. Okay? So that's coming, and I feel like that's coming in the next 3 weeks to 3 months. In between 3 weeks to 3 months from now. And I know that might sound like a large timeline. However, in general reading, Spirit always gives larger timelines because it's more of a general reading that, you know, right? So anyway, in the next 3 weeks to the next 3 months, some of you, Spirit just said for some of you, you're manifesting this right around the corner. This is going to come in like a whirlwind of like the next 3 days for some of you. Some of you are like really quick in this already. You are like really on the verge of this. Some of you, you are kind of just entering this sort of like all these realizations, all these things, and it might show up in the next 3 months for some of you. But yeah, 3 days for others of you. That Spirit just said no. 3 days for some people. Like, okay. So let's see. What else do we have? Also with the teacher card, you might be even called to step up more into your leadership, because if you think about a teacher, they're sort of a leader. They share wisdom, they share what they've learned, they share what they know. So you might also be called to step up into that, or to step up into like more of a confident leader position. That's another aspect of this card, but I really feel like your teacher is coming first. And then from there, you're gonna have the confidence to step up into your new teacher position. We also have caretaker coming through. So I feel like this is connected to this person where you're manifesting somebody coming through who's going to really want to maybe help you, or it's going to help transform. But this right here says end, reunite. What was I talking about earlier? Like the cards, they never lie, right? There's so many synchronicities. Serve and accompany. So I really feel like you're also manifesting the people in your life that you really need right now. For some of you, if you're like a business owner, this could also be manifesting the perfect person to hire that's going to caretake a certain section of your business, for example. Caretaker could also be when we've really been needing someone to kind of support us and help us. This is also the manifestation of that. If we've been needing somebody to help us with like a big thing or a big task, we're manifesting the person to help us with that. Okay, so that is coming through as well. Let's go ahead and dive into some more cards about what you are manifesting. Let's dive into this deck to end us off. Let's see. Any last cards to represent what my group ones are manifesting? Let's see. So we have, I love that this card came up for you. Happy, happy, happy. So you are manifesting and unlocking more happiness into your life. That is absolutely manifesting right now. The fact that 2 and 6 equal an 8. In numerology, that represents unlimited potential. It usually represents really good luck as well. So when we are kind of on that up and up where we feel like good luck is coming through, the balloons are really reminding me of a celebration. So this could be a really important birthday or some other significant celebration coming through your life where it's going to really up level you. It's going to make you feel really exuberant and happy. So this could be things like weddings, graduations, some other important milestone to celebrate, or again, a birthday, or yeah, just some sort of celebration. And I feel like the celebration is around you and what's coming in your life next. So that is what we have here. My beautiful group number 1. Thank you so much for joining me here for today's video. I'm sending you all so much love, and until next time, bye. All right, my group number 2s, if you chose this pile, this is going to be your reading all about what you are currently manifesting. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Okay, so before we hop into your cards, we're going to roll the Astro Dice to see what you're currently manifesting. So we have Venus in Pisces in the 5th house. Venus is the planet of love, beauty, and money. The 5th house is the area of our life of pleasure. It can also represent children, our dating life, just the fun, creativity, pleasure area of our life. And fun and creativity, it relates to children. It also relates to, romance and passion and just all things creative and having more fun. So one thing that I can tell you that you are currently manifesting is to have more fun in your life. Opening up to more things that are going to light you up, that are going to get you excited, that are going to make you feel like a little kid again, where you're like, oh my God, I'm so excited for this. This is so fun. And like, for one, if Venus is in the 5th house, it can indicate our dating life. So if you are currently single, I do see some fire, some sparks happening within your dating life, something really exciting happening in your love life. If you are already in a relationship, this could be that we're also manifesting some really fun things within that relationship, such as going on trips together, other things that are going to light up romance, sparks, passion, creativity, things like that. Also with Venus in the 5th house, it does deal with our beauty as well. So doing things creative with ourselves where we're really feeling sexy, because the 5th house is when we feel in our element. It's represented and connected to the sun and Leo, which is where we sort of like really are excited to kind of show off or be in the spotlight a little bit more, or we're just a lot more confident. So Venus being in the 5th house, I'm definitely seeing this like confidence, this feeling of like, ooh, I feel like sexy. I feel myself. I feel more like this renewal. I feel like I'm shining, right? I feel like my light is shining. In regards to children, if that's relevant for you, Venus being in the 5th house would be like having a lot of fun and feeling like a kid again, and getting all of this like excitement and really connecting deeply to kids or children in some way. So if that is connected to you, I also wanted to point that out as well. I'm totally missing talking about Pisces, by the way. So Pisces is the sign that is our imagination, things that we fantasize about. It can also represent wearing rose-colored glasses. So when we feel like everything's kind of going perfectly and we're sort of wondering like, okay, why is it so perfect right now? So I feel like you are manifesting something really like this exciting chapter of your life where it's more creative, more fun. You're feeling yourself, feeling in your element, and feeling beautiful. So there could be something that you are doing where, yeah, you're just going to feel more beautiful, that you're excited to go out, you're excited to show off like yourself and like the things that you've done. And even if you're not a person like that and you're like, oh my God, I hate the spotlight, whatever, you're going to love it in this sense. What's to come for you, you are going to love it. And it could just be that, you know, within your love life, there's exciting things happening, and it's just exciting to get out there and like feel sexy, feel romanticized, feel loved, feel passionate, things like that. That's also being in the spotlight. It can be in the spotlight of somebody's eye, or it could be more in the spotlight in more of like a public sense, depending on like your personality and what's relevant for you there. But yeah, that's coming through. We do also have the Chariot being reversed. So another thing that you are manifesting is really figuring out your direction. The Chariot can be where we've had certain thoughts where we feel like we have to choose one thing or the other, or maybe we feel like we're being pulled into a new direction right now. And we're sort of like, okay, there's options, there's choices, there's, like it can be when we're on the fence about those things. So for you, one thing that I'm seeing is this more clear direction coming through. That's something that you're manifesting, is a lot more clear direction. And I'm also hearing a message from Spirit that it might just be a belief that you have to give up something in order to get something else. That could just be a belief. So for some of you that are maybe thinking like, oh, if I have more fun, it means I need to sacrifice my time in my career. Or if I'm going to be focused on more pleasure, it means that I'm going to lose out on opportunity and money and success. Like there could be something going on within you about that. And that's why Chariot is showing up reversed here. But a message that I'm really hearing from Spirit is like, it doesn't have to be that way. You don't have to sacrifice one for the other. Because there's people on this planet that have both. There's people on this planet that have amazing love lives and amazing family lives with their kids, but they also balance that with being super successful and being, you know, they learn how to balance that. They figure it out, and they also know that that's possible, right? So that's a message coming through for some of you with that Chariot being reversed. Also, if you do feel like you're stuck between like a big decision that you have to make, I'm really hearing that Spirit wants you to know like there could be another way where there is more balance, right? And we can let go of some of the preconceived notions that we have to sacrifice so much. So that for some reason is coming through as well. We do also have 4 of Cups being reversed. Okay, yes. Okay, Spirit is bringing clarity to the advice that they are wanting to give. So when 4 of Cups is reversed, this is my favorite position for this card to be in. When it's upright, it's the original depiction on the tarot cards is a man looking at 3 overturned cups that he's unsatisfied with, and he's thinking, he's basically in a lack-based mindset where he's just like, oh, my circumstances, they're not that great, or I have all of these negative things that have happened and blah, 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 blah. But because he's so focused on those 3 cups that are not satisfying to him and not fulfilling and not what he wants, he cannot see that the universe has popped out with the cup of his dreams, the thing that he's been asking for, but he can't see it because his eyes and all of his focus is going towards the 3 cups that are overturned, right? And so he doesn't see the other one. So it's a message about how the things that you focus on are going to be the only things that you see in your life. And if you right now are seeking and wanting to find opportunity, if you are wanting to find the path of your dreams where the things are working out for you, where your wish has been fulfilled, we have to start focusing on that. We have to shift our perspective away from what we don't want and towards what we do want, right? But the key about manifesting is that sometimes we're like, oh, but I have been focused on what I want. I have been so focused on money and blah, 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 blah. But my question to you is, have you been focused on gaining money, or have you been focused on the fact and the lack of money? Because if we're currently focused on money, but in the sense of how much we lack it and how much we don't have it, then of course that means that we're focused on those 3 cups that are overturned. We're focused on the lack. We're focused on the things that we don't want. We're not actually focused on the thing that we want, right? Because each subject is 2 subjects. Money is two subjects. There's a lack of money and there's an abundance of money. Which one are you focused on? 4 of Cups being reversed. Okay, let's get into your message right here about what you're manifesting. You're manifesting that perspective shift. You are manifesting a perspective shift of seeing opportunity, of gaining an opportunity in your life, gaining a gift in your life where you're going to turn around this perspective shift that you've been manifesting, because I already feel like you've been maybe realizing these certain things or sort of noticing that we've been focused on the negative perspective. maybe you've been realizing these things already, or at least you are on the path to realizing it, because this card is reversed, meaning that you are currently manifesting this shift of seeing the way, of getting your answer, of getting the wish that you have been seeking. That is Four of Cups being overturned. You are gaining the wish that you have been seeking, the thing that's going to be so fulfilling. The universe is bringing it to you. So, yes, figuring out direction and then seeing the opportunity that's coming your way. And let's see what else we get for you. My group 2 is all about what you are currently manifesting. So we do also have Four of Pentacles upright. That's so interesting because Four of Pentacles came up for the other group as well. But your reading is quite different than the other group. So we're going to get into this. Four of Pentacles can indicate the feeling of lack, especially in regards to finances. So Spirit has a message for you, okay? If you want to get out of manifesting lack around finances, lack around your material world, or even within your career, like Four of Pentacles doesn't just deal with money, it can also deal with feeling satisfied and stable and happy in our career. Feeling satisfied and stable and happy within our home, within the material things that we have in our life. So if you currently feel this sense of lack or this sense of scarcity in those areas of your life, Spirit has a message for you. Your key is the perspective shift. Your key is to focus on how do I get what I want, rather than asking questions like, why did this happen to me? Why does this keep happening to me? Ask a better question, because your subconscious mind will always seek for the answer. So if you're asking, why does this keep happening to me? Well, then you're going to get your answer of just like, oh, well, you keep attracting it. And then you're just like, well, what do I do about that? Like instead, ask a question that's going to be more productive. Like, okay, how do I get what I want? How do I shift my perspective? Blah, 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 which you already are manifesting that shift in your life, which is going to be beautiful. It's going to be amazing. Okay. And it is going to bring you to all these realizations. It's going to bring you to this new opportunity. But again, Spirit does come through with advice here and there. And Spirit just has advice about this situation because I really feel like the fact that we also have Venus coming up for you, the planet of love, beauty, and money, the fact that it's in Pisces in the 5th house, meaning that there is like surplus to be able to go and have more leisure activities, to be able to also put more of our resources towards fun, towards pleasure. Like, oh, let me just go buy this thing because it's fun, it's pleasurable, it's exciting, I want to do it. It's being able to have more leisure and passion and creativity and room for fun in your life. So you are currently manifesting this, but the key to it is shifting what you are focusing on. Shifting that perspective is going to bring you towards that. And if this is like a whole new concept to you, I highly recommend getting into the topic of manifestation, because it will help clarify all of these things. And manifestation is such a big topic that I won't be able to like explain the entire thing to you here, but maybe you're already into it. And this is going to just really help clarify and bring awareness to what's currently happening so that you can shift that. Because right now you have all of this beautiful capability and potential here of like manifesting all of this leisure, this relaxation, more time for fun, more time for you, more time of just feeling amazing and good. But it's going to come through a shift in perspective, letting go of it either has to be this or that. I'm gonna have to sacrifice something in the process. I'm gonna have to let go of something. Like, really, there's another way, there's another path. And also, there's a message for some of you. If you have been denying what you really want, okay? Oh my gosh, is there ever a message here? With the Chariot being reversed, it can also be when we are not allowing us to pursue what we really want, right? The Chariot being reversed, it's like we're driving in the wrong direction, and we're constantly like, oh, we're looking in the rearview mirror like, oh, could I just change directions? Could I just, go where I really want? But for some reason we feel obligated to continue going in this direction for whatever reason. You're manifesting a shift. You are manifesting a redirection. You are manifesting The confidence to go for what you really want, to go for pleasurable things, to have more fun in your life. Life is meant to be fun. Life is not meant to be this like thing where we are living our lives for other people, or we are living our lives to please others, right? The chariot reverse can sometimes be when we're going in the direction that's not aligned to our heart. It's not aligned to our soul. And we feel it. We feel out of alignment. You are manifesting a redirection. 4 of Cups being reversed. You are manifesting a shift in perspective that's going to be a light bulb going off for you. And it's like, oh, wait, yeah, why have I been putting all of my time and energy towards going down a path that I don't feel is me? Right? Okay, 4 of Pentacles also here. Maybe we just felt like we couldn't. Maybe there's a belief here that, oh, I can't because of finances, or I can't because of my roots, because the 4s always represent our roots. We're rooted to something. This is being rooted to a perspective, emotionally rooted to things that are unfulfilling, but you're shifting that. You're now focused on rooting to, let me find the opportunity, let me find the how, let me take a hold of what the universe is giving me. The positive, because the universe is answering your wish in the 4 of Cups. They're answering your wish, but we just haven't seen it until we turn around. You are turning around since this is reversed, okay? You are going to see it. You are going to grab hold of that. And that's going to be what really helps you break out of this current scarcity, this current tightness, this current holding on to what you don't actually want, out of fear that it's all that you have. So you might, like the 4 of Pentacles says it's like this mindset of like, this is all I might ever have, so I better hold on to it. But then we're holding on to all these things that we don't actually like or want because we don't feel like we can ever get more, right? It's that, yeah. So anyway, let go. Let go. You can definitely have what you want. It's coming through right here in the Astrodice. Like, yes, you are on the track of manifesting that, but it's really up to you to continue shifting that perspective, continue looking for this path because it's right there. You're on it. Let's go for it. Let's trust it. Okay, that's the message coming through. Let's trust it because you've already been feeling, sorry, a bunch of cards just fell out just now. You've been feeling that pull. I kind of lost my train of thought, but I think you know where I was going with that. You've been feeling where you really want to go and you're meant to go there. I'm sure you could finish my sentence. For some reason, I've completely lost my train of thought. But I do feel like you somehow already know where I was going with that. If not, it was, yeah. You know what you really want, okay? So justice coming through as well. Justice is when we finally get to this point of like, I just need to be authentic. I need to be real. Justice is the energy of authenticity. It's also the energy of putting your foot down, bringing justice to a situation, bringing truth to a situation, being fair, being equal, and realizing like, oh wait, my desires are just as important as everybody else's. Justice reminds us of that. Justice is also giving us the confidence to cut away the things that we don't want to be attached to anymore. See how she holds this sword? She's so ready to cut away what she no longer wants. She's also ready to take action and to bring justice to her feelings, bring justice to her truth, and justify like, oh wait, you know what? I am just for feeling this way because, you know, my soul came here to live my life. I'm not here to live life for other people. I'm not here to live life for, you know, what society says I'm supposed to want, do, or have. I'm justified for feeling the way, like this is like bringing the whole, you are manifesting, let me tell you this, you are manifesting confidence, you are manifesting this confidence in your authenticity and what you really want, and manifesting this big breakthrough. You could think about justice as this breakthrough where we're like, you know what? I am done with this. This is no more. And I am like signing off and going in this new direction. Justice is really like laying down the law. It can also deal with like signing contracts. It can also deal with breaking free, having breakthroughs, breaking free from something you no longer want to be tied to just because maybe society says that you should be, or maybe somebody else wants you to be. This is really you taking justice into your own hands, really getting in touch with your authenticity. We also have the outlaw. That's so funny. You are giving the boot to something in your life. You are manifesting, completely booting something out of your life. There's something that you're like, I need to boot that away. And you're also really ready to kind of like tap more into your, I want to say rebel side a little bit, where you're kind of like, you know what? I don't care what anybody else thinks of me right now. I don't care if people dislike me for what I am going to be choosing from here on out. The outlaw is when we're kind of we're not afraid of other people's reactions anymore. Because the outlaw, they're kind of like the rebel, where they're like, I feel so strongly internally that I'm just going to do what I want anyway, regardless, even if society doesn't like it, or other people don't like it, or it steps on other people's toes, right? So the outlaw, it's like you're really ready to step into your own, to step into your authenticity, and you're really manifesting that. Like, that's going to be huge for you. So let's see what else we have here. My group 2. So we do also have the Seeker coming through. Wow. So the Seeker, teeth always represent our self-worth. They can also represent our confidence. So if you ever have dreams about teeth falling out, problems with teeth, things like that. The reason why I say that is just because there's teeth on this card. And yeah, so it can represent our self-worth. The Seeker, you are now seeking like reasons why you're worthy of something. Look, you're holding out your hands for more worthiness. You're holding out your hands like, and I don't think that this is you like catfishing from other people. You know, sometimes people like, they seek worthiness from other people's opinions, but that's never like true worthiness, because you'll always still feel empty until you give yourself your own permission to see your own worth. I'm seeing this as you finding your own worth, your own worthiness, and being like, you know what? I am worthy of this. I am worthy of pursuing my dreams. I am worthy of going for what I want. I am. So let me just do it. I just really see you getting so over the fear of other people. This outlaw card, you're just really like, you're like, I don't care if you outlaw me. I don't care if you think differently of me. I don't care if you hate me for a little while. This is me. That's this outlaw card. It's like, oh, I'm so ready to like be free. Like, look at the face of determination on this card too. I've actually never even noticed that there's a woman on this card, and I have been using this deck for a long time. I've never even noticed this woman here, but she's like, she just has this fierce look in her eye, like, and it's not like this bad fierce. It's not like she's about to be bad, or it's just like the determination. It's this energy of determination that I'm really feeling like you're embodying right now. So let's go ahead and see what else we get for you. My group 2s, all about what you are manifesting. Oh my goodness. This card is, in this deck, it is the Justice card. She's holding the sword, the liberty, the scales. This is literally the Justice card in regular tarot, but in an oracle deck. So the fact that we have Justice coming up again, advocate, reconcile, uphold, educate, balance, bringing more balance to your life, right? Bringing more balance to like, hey, maybe I've been putting off my desires for everybody else's, and that needs to change around. So that message is coming through again. So that message really wants to like emphasize here, like this is what you're really manifesting. You are manifesting something big, right? Like something really big here with like justice, getting your way for once. Like that's kind of really coming through, especially if you tend to be somebody who lives your life for other people or really cares about other people's thoughts, opinions, and happiness, which is a good thing. It's so beautiful to care about other people's happiness, but at the same time, our life is meant to be lived for us, right? Like, so things that are not in alignment with that, we need to realize like, hey, if I'm not in alignment with your happiness, we need to both take care of our own instead of trying to please each other, because then neither of us are happy. So sometimes we're responsible for our own happiness, and that's really coming through deeply for you. We also have do you see what I'm seeing right now? This is what I'm telling you guys. Like, There's times that sometimes I shuffle on camera, sometimes I shuffle prior and the cards just come out, but I never know what they are until we dive into the reading. But this always happens. Look, we have 2 Justice cards. We have 2 Seeker cards. Like, what? Like, you cannot make this stuff up, right? We also have 2 sixes, one in the 5, 4 in the 2. Double sixes. Sixes in numerology are harmony. When we get into harmony, when we get into balance, sixes are also really connected to marriage, our love life, our family life. So if some of you are trying to manifest marriage, that's coming through here. That's something that's absolutely being manifested. Maybe you're seeking your right partner, things like that. That's an aspect that's showing up. Also with sixes, they deal with just reaching milestones, becoming more harmonious in our life, where we're just like, life is in harmony again. I don't feel like sixes come after the fives, and fives are all about big radical change. So there's big radical change, and then we all of a sudden become in harmony again. So there's something in your life that needs to change in order for you to get back into harmony, and you are manifesting the harmony. Right now, you're maybe seeking the way, the path, the how. That is showing up. That is coming. Even the black cat symbolizes our rebel side, our shadow side, diving deep into maybe what are those things that we've been repressing and holding back, because it's time to let those things out. It's time to embrace those, like our secret desires maybe. What are those? This says expose, heed, appraise, and face. Exposing your real desires, facing the truth. Okay, so that's coming through as another message there. And let's dive into our last set of cards to get any last information for you for what you're currently manifesting. We have clean it up. Okay, so this is beautiful coming up. I feel like this has been a message that's been coming up for a lot of people lately. So I feel like the whole collective has been going through this. So for one, cleanups, they represent cleanups internally. They could also represent cleanups externally. So this could be where we are really inspired to do a big clean out of our home. Maybe even really inspired to do that lately. It's so weird that that's coming up because I literally just did that the other day myself. But anyway, besides that, you could be really inspired to do that. Or you could also be really inspired to clean up things internally for you. Maybe really wanting a refresh and renewal of yourself, such as like, I want to get rid of like this old way of thinking. I want to get rid of these old habits where I put myself on the back burner, and I need to clean up my act. I need to clean it up. I need to get it together to where I justify things. Justice can also represent promises, by the way. This could be a promise that you're making to yourself, such as I'm promising to stick to this new habit of putting myself first. I'm promising to stick to this new habit of diet and exercise. I'm promising to stick to this discipline of getting this thing done, or doing this thing, or taking this amount of time off, right? Or whatever. Cleaning it up. You're cleaning up a whole, you're manifesting a cleanup internally. And I do also feel like you're manifesting a cleanup externally, because there's different things that I really feel like you're like, I don't want to live like that anymore. Let's clean it up. Let's fix it up. Let's see what else we get for you. Any last messages for, ooh, that one kind of wanted to come out. Chop wood. So getting the things done that you need to get done. For some reason, I'm also feeling like an important conversation is coming through in this card. And look, we have another number 6 coming through. So chop wood. Yeah, I really feel like this is getting stuff done, being productive, but at the same time, there's going to be harmony with balancing that with leisure and fun. Chop wood, I do feel like there's an important conversation that for some reason is really coming through. Getting down to the nitty-gritty of something. We also have unfinished symphony. What is something that you have not finished? Maybe you started it, but then you didn't finish it, because you're finishing it. You're manifesting completing it. You are manifesting finishing something that maybe you left behind for a little while. You're coming back to it. What is that thing that you maybe left behind, but you were passionate about it? It was you. It was part of you. You're manifesting coming back to it and finishing it up. And I think you're going to be very proud of it. So that is what we have here. Thank you so much for joining me here for today's video. My group number 2 is all about what you are currently manifesting. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm sending you all so much love. If you are curious about any gemstone bracelets, I'll have the link down below. I make these gorgeous crystal bracelets that are made with gold fill, so they do not tarnish. You can wear them in water, and we hand make them according to your wrist size so that they fit you perfectly, and they're made with beautiful gemstones. If you are curious about any of that and any of my jewelry, I'll have the link down below. And thank you again so much for joining me here for this video. I'm sending you all so much love, and until next time, bye. All right, my group number 3s, if you chose this pile, this is going to be your reading all about what you're currently manifesting. So let's dive in. Okay, so we're going to start off with our Astro Dice to get us some information right off the bat about what you are manifesting. So we have Jupiter, ooh, the planet of abundance, and it is in Scorpio in the 8th house. Ooh, so the 8th house is a house of transformations. It can also be a house of shared assets. It can also be a house of our deep inner desires, and it is also the house of like passion and like sex and things like that. But anyway, and it is very connected to Scorpio and our inner psychic abilities, things like that. Jupiter, the planet of abundance and expansion and travel and philosophy, being over here, there's something either that you are manifesting where either this is like being more supported or manifesting something that you've deeply desired, or at least diving into the possibility of like, hey, I deeply desire this thing. How can I begin to transform my life, go through a deep metamorphosis myself to be able to allow myself to expand more, to have breakthroughs? Because the 8th house can also deal with like deep breakthroughs that we go through. And perhaps there's something that maybe you're really wanting to go through a deep metamorphosis with, to connect deeper with abundance. Jupiter is the planet of abundance, and abundance is when we feel like there's all the things are really going our way. It's the planet of good luck. So doing a transformation where you feel like, wow, like there is great luck around me, great fortune. Jupiter's known as the fortune planet. And with Scorpio and the 8th house together, there is some kind of deep transformation you're wanting to do. This could even be about going into more independence, or if you tend to be hyper independent and you really want to find someone to like share things with or to have more balance in your life, that is coming through as well. So you can think about Scorpio being in the 8th house as the caterpillar that goes into its cocoon to transform into a butterfly and grow its wings, which is also like Jupiter, because when you grow your wings, that allows you to expand, it allows you to travel, it allows you to go to higher heights, which is literally Jupiter. So you can think about that story in regards to what you're currently manifesting. You're definitely manifesting a big transformation that's going to allow you to expand into more. If you currently feel limited, small, stuck, if you feel restricted or like you're not really getting any help in your life or things are imbalanced, you are manifesting a way to shift that. You are manifesting the expansion out of that and the personal transformation that you might need. I'm really hearing personal transformation on the deepest level. There could even be a huge transformation in your life philosophy. And this life philosophy and your beliefs. If you have, this is going to speak to some of you deeply, okay? If you have been losing faith in what you've believed, or if you've been losing faith in the universe or in God or in trusting, wow, does this ever speak to that? And represents a massive transformation and spiritual sort of awakening where we're going to deepen our faith in something. So your faith, for one, it might transform in some way, shape, or form, but it's going to come to a place of solidity, come to a place of like deepness, where we go through such a deep transformation where we're like, oh my God, I believe again. And I know exactly what my path is meant to be. And I know exactly what my beliefs now are. But they will be transforming in some way. But in the way in which they're transforming, it will lead you to connect to what is truly resonant with you. And it will help you expand. So that's coming through. Our first card that is coming up, we have 5, 6, 7 of Wands, 7 of Wands, and it is being reversed. So this can be where we have felt overwhelmed by circumstances, or we've really felt the need to have to prove ourselves. And one thing that I feel like you are manifesting is coming back out on top, especially with things that you felt like you've been overwhelmed with, things that you have felt have been above you. So this is quite interesting because it can also indicate when we feel as if we need to prove ourselves, in the sense that we don't feel worthy of our desires, or we don't feel as good as other people or as worthy as other people, and we almost feel like we need to prove ourselves. We need to one up in order to kind of feel confident, or things like that. And I really feel like this is something that's changing for you, because I feel like you're going to go through such a deep transformation of realizing like, hey, I don't need to prove myself anymore. I don't need to do those things. And I really just feel like you're going to be connecting to more abundance, more good people. If you've also had people in your life that maybe you always just feel in competition with, because this is also the competition card. Yeah, if you've had people in your life, like coworkers or even friends or like even family members or something, where you just feel, yeah, like you're in competition with them. I also feel like you're letting go of that. That's going to be something that is going to be healed. And I feel like this is going to be healed over the next like 4 to 7 months. Spirit's giving that timeline. And some of you, it could be sooner on that timeline. Some of you, it could be a little bit later. It is a general reading, but that timeline, this is going to be like a time for you to let go of negative people in your life, and at least distance yourself from negative people, or get to a place where you no longer feel like you need to prove yourself, because it's a kind of a negative emotion, right? It doesn't make us feel great. And yeah, I feel like you're going to be able to let go of that. We also have the 6 of Swords coming up. So the 6 of Swords is when we move into more stability. The fact that it's showing up reversed here, we have the 7 of Wands and 6 of Swords both being reversed. So something that I feel like you've been manifesting into your life is you really want to move to more stability, where there's not so much rockiness. There's not so much like tipsy-turvy, unexpected things coming up, or drama. I feel like your life, maybe recently or maybe for the past little while, it just seems like there's like drama going on. There's always something going on that's like rocking the boat. And one thing that I feel for you is this sense of peace, like manifesting more peace into your life. But for one, Spirit is giving the message that this is going to come through self-worth and having the confidence to distance yourself from these things, or to have the confidence to kind of rise above it and not poke into it, not get wrapped up into it. Because, you know, somebody might say something, then all of a sudden it heats us, and then we feel like we need to wrap ourselves up into it. We feel like all of a sudden like, But sometimes we can get to a place of such inner peace where like somebody says something or does something and it just doesn't even faze us. We're like, you know what? I don't even care. I don't need to prove myself. I don't need to whatever. We're just at peace. We're just at peace. And I feel like that's something that Spirit wanted to say here for whatever reason. So maybe that correlates, maybe that resonates, maybe that strikes a tone, whatever. But yeah, we also do have the Moon card here. So another thing that you are manifesting is having deeper intuition, remember how I talked over here about like a spiritual awakening or like a spiritual experience that's going to like deepen your faith? So the Moon is kind of when we're wandering around And it can also be when we're overcoming fears and things like that. But it's very connected to our intuition. It's also very connected to spirituality and very connected to having faith. Because when you think about it, when you're navigating the world and it's nighttime, so the moon is out, it can be hard to see a whole lot. So that's where we need to have faith, right? So that's why this card is very connected to faith, very connected to belief. And right here, we kind of have like the splitting of the sea. So one thing that I'm really feeling for you, one thing that you're manifesting is more guidance in your life, more guidance of what you're meant to do to get where you want to go. Also, you are manifesting deeper experiences that are going to show you what is truly in alignment for you to believe and for you to follow and for you to reinvigorate a sense of faith in your life, to reinvigorate a sense of direction and purpose and meaning. That's coming through really deeply. So let's see what else we get for you, my group threes. It's also interesting that we have Pyrite on your group because Pyrite is the crystal of confidence. It brings us confidence. And for you, I really feel like something that you're manifesting right now is confidence. Like that's something that's like really, it's been a big thing, or at least confidence in the universe. So this could be confidence in the external, such as confidence in your life, your path, the universe, but it can also indicate confidence internally. So you might be seeking one or the other, or a little bit of both, to be honest. So that's kind of what's coming through there. We also have the Prince of Chalices, which is the Knight of Cups. Or sorry, the Prince is the Page of Cups. And then we do also have the Three of Pentacles as well. So the Three of Pentacles being reversed here tells me, the Three of Pentacles is usually about our work and the things that we're doing. The fact that it's reversed, I almost wonder if you are manifesting some sort of like work transformation or some sort of shift with your clients. So if you work with clients, there might be some sort of shift that you're trying to manifest, where you're manifesting better or new clients or some sort of like increase in your pay, because maybe we're like not satisfied with what we're making and we feel like we have to do more than what we're receiving. There's a huge transformation in that. Jupiter, the planet of abundance, wow. And the 8th house, so shared assets, shared things. So this could be working with clients, getting paid, receiving money from them, needing to rely on other people for things, whatever, the connections that we have there. Jupiter, the planet of abundance and expansion, oh my goodness, 3 of discs being reversed. This is a pay raise. You are manifesting making more money or being able to charge more for your time. The confidence to increase that. So that's coming through. Page of Cups also being reversed here is, this usually deals with a new idea coming through, and it usually deals with being able to really stand out and do your own thing. So one thing I'm also hearing is like in work, maybe you felt lately like you can't really do what you're most inspired by, or your creativity hasn't really been able to come out within your work lately. Maybe we just feel like we're constantly doing just what other people want, and we just don't feel like there's enough creative freedom there or something. But it definitely seems like something within your work, it's lacking its creative zest, it's lacking its creative freedom. There's a huge transformation coming there where I feel like you're going to be setting yourself more free, being able to maybe have some sort of either promotion or some sort of shift in your career where you're going to call back your creativity to be able to sit more deeper in the creator's seat, and to expand yourself more here, to be able to make more money, connect with clients that are going to be a bit more of a higher caliber, or connect with customers or other people or coworkers or even another job altogether that's just going to be of a higher caliber, that's going to allow you to expand more. I feel like that's been something that you've been manifesting. However, there is spiritual advice coming through here as well. Since both of these are reversed here, it's about knowing your worth and having the confidence. Okay. Also, being able to listen to what has been coming through and really navigate, okay, how can I do, where am I going to thrive? Where am I going to do my best? Asking yourself that question, where am I going to thrive and where am I going to do my best? Where do I feel like my zest and my spark is at its highest? That's a question coming through that Spirit wants to ask you. So let's see what else we get. But you are manifesting a shift there, especially if you've been feeling like restricted in those ways, and you are manifesting a revolution in that area of your life when it comes to career, when it comes to following what lights you up and what's going to give you that spark. And perhaps it deals with stepping into the unknown a little bit. If some of you are in school for something, because I didn't even touch on that, but maybe you're in school and you're like, you know what, I'm really not feeling passionate about the subject that I'm in. This would be another aspect of like, okay, maybe we need to think about, where am I going to thrive? What am I emotionally really connected to? And then there's some sort of transformation there as well. Okay, so what else do we get here? We also have the void coming up for you. Where do you feel like something's missing in your life? And what would fill that void? What would fill your cup? What fills your cup? What lights you up? I feel like you're on a journey of figuring out what lights you up and what makes you feel your highest and best. And you are manifesting figuring that out. You are manifesting a revolution in your life of like, oh wait, this sparks me up. This lights me up. I honestly feel like a lot of you, I'm really getting this feeling like you're really finding yourself right now. You are really, really finding yourself right now. This moon card is the center card, almost gives me this energy that maybe you've been a little bit in the dark, where you kind of have these small little inklings, but you know, maybe we're still trying to find the big picture. We're still trying to find the thing that's like, whoa, yes, there it is. More guidance is going to come, but I really feel like you're about to go through a deep transformation. You're manifesting a transformation and really learning to follow your intuition and also say no to the things that aren't fulfilling for you. And you're manifesting this huge just transformation, and I feel like it's going to help you align and find what it is that you really want. And you're also manifesting more clarity on your path. Which your path, like, you make it yourself, right? I really want to make that clear. You make your own path. So maybe it's time to say no to certain things, and maybe it's time to start saying yes to exploring your options. Sage, this one came up for another group, and it is a big clear out. Clearing out the negative. What are the negative things in your life that keep weighing down your energy? What are the things in your life that keep you in a dark space? They could be people that we are hanging out with, drama that we are diving into, or we're allowing it to affect us really deeply, because sometimes we allow what's going on externally to affect us really deeply. However, when we do that, we're saying like, oh, my emotional state, all these external things are in control of it rather than me. But you can call your own power back, right? Creating boundaries in your life, saging out, which is clearing out, cleansing out the negative stuff. You are in the controller's seat of that. You get to decide who does what to your emotions and how you choose to react. You are the decider of how you choose to react. You can, there's a more peaceful way. Sage is like this peaceful energy. It's also a higher level of consciousness. So you're also manifesting more deeper realizations, epiphanies that are going to help you bring more peace into your life, that are going to help you navigate things more peacefully, that are going to help you have a revolution to really up-level yourself, to know your worth, to be able to charge more, or at least shift your career in some way to be more in alignment with what you want. Okay, so let's dive into some more cards here. So my group threes, what else do we have? What else do we have for my group threes? Ooh. Let's see. Musician and enchanter. Maybe some of you are really connected to music. Okay, but musician can also deal with like creating more harmony in our life or allowing ourselves to shine, play, invoke, or express. What is it that you really want to express? Okay, so maybe this is connected to a musical aspect of your life, or perhaps this is connected to using your voice, following your own melody, listening to your own inner harmony, and being able to express what that is. Enchanter, magnetize, open, reveal, manifest. What do you want to magnetize into your life? You are a magnetic being, so what do you want to manifest? Who do you want to manifest? Open, reveal, and manifest. So this is about opening up and revealing, okay, this is what I really want. That's how we really manifest, is when we're open about what it is that we really want, but we need to be open about it. There's a lot of cards here that are talking about opening up your voice about what it is that you really want. Coming at a place from peace. So, where in your life are you feeling that energy? And let's see, any last cards for you? We have a leg up. So I really feel like you're also manifesting help or assistance. Because the 8th house deals with shared assets or shared responsibilities. And a leg up, this card also deals with getting help. Not having to do it all on our own. So there is something here, there is a repeating message here about getting more help or more assistance from someone. Like this could be like getting help in your career, getting help in your job, to where you're not having to undertake it all on your own. This could be getting help around your home life, more fairness, more equality around taking care of the responsibilities at home. This could be help financially from somebody who really wants to help you, like such as a parent or whatever. Let's see what else we get. We also have chop wood here. So this is getting stuff done, being productive. Really getting into alignment with like, let's get it done. Let's get this thing done. Let's be productive. If you've been really wanting to, get something finished, that's this card right here. And let's get one more for you to end off this reading. We have come to the edge. So this is about taking a risk, taking a chance, coming to the edge, especially with something that you've been feeling about. It's like, sometimes we have to take that chance of like, you know what, here's all my thoughts and feelings. We have to open up. And I really feel like what you're manifesting is opening up, and it's going to open up doors for you. As you open up, more doors open up. It's going to help cause the transformation that you've been manifesting. You've been manifesting a transformation. You've been manifesting getting help with something. You have been manifesting Jupiter, which is the planet of abundance, expansion, travel, okay? Philosophy, having faith. You've been manifesting lots of things. That is what you are manifesting. This big shift, this big transformation that's going to open you up to more expansion, more abundance, more prosperity, more good fortune. It's going to open you up to travel as well. I'm really feeling like a lot of you, there could be something big that, like a big trip that you end up manifesting too, with Jupiter coming up for you. And also reinvigorating faith into something new that's going to really just support you very deeply. So those are all the things that you are currently manifesting into your life. Thank you so much for joining me here for today's video, my beautiful group number 3s. I hope it helped provide some beautiful insight for you. Also, if you love crystal jewelry just like I do, I hand make these gorgeous crystal beaded bracelets, and I make them according to your wrist size so that they fit you perfectly. And they are also made with gold fill, so they do not tarnish. You can wear them in water, all of that. They're super high quality. There's tons of different gemstones with different magical properties, so I'll have all of that linked down below. We have tons of other jewelry and crystals on the website as well, so if you're curious, I'll have all of that down below, and I'm sending you all so much love, and until next time, bye. All right, my group number 4s, if this is the pile that you chose, let's go ahead and find out exactly what you are manifesting. All right, my loves, before we dive into your tarot cards, we're gonna start off with our Astro dice here. And let's see, what are you currently manifesting? So we have, oh, that wanted to change. I believe that was on Venus, and now it's on Saturn. So we're gonna go with Venus and Saturn, because I think Spirit just had multiple messages for you. And then we have that being in Sagittarius in the 4th house. Venus and Saturn in Sagittarius in the 4th house. The 4th house deals with your foundation and your home life. So it can be like your physical actual home. It can also deal with your foundation and sense of security. So it also deals with your savings, your finances, and also the people that you live with. So that all correlates to the 4th house. It's also family. So Venus and Saturn is the planet of discipline, being productive, getting stuff done, and setting up proper boundaries and things like that. And then Venus is the planet of love, beauty, and money. And so it's beautifying your home life, also making more prosperity in your home life, being more sort of discipline, getting stuff done, adding more structure to your home life. Also with Sagittarius is this energy of like, let's expand. It's also the energy that has goals. It has a vision that it is striving towards. So there could be something that you are striving towards in your home life. Perhaps since we have the Sagittarius vibes, and Sagittarius always, it's the arrow where we're going somewhere. So there's a vision of where you're going with your home. So this could be something around renovations with your home, improving your home. It could also indicate moving occasionally, although Venus and Saturn don't necessarily deal with moving, but just this Sagittarius energy kind of makes me feel like it could indicate moving by being in that 4th house there. So beautifying, adding more structure, kind of figuring out where you really want to root yourself in those areas of your life. So there could just be more structure that you're wanting in your routine, in your schedule, maybe adding a bit more fun and more beauty, kind of improving your home to where it's like something where you come home and you feel like, oh, I love this space. I love where I live, that kind of feeling. So if you want to love where you live, oh, wow. Spirit just came through with a strong feeling of moving, by the way. Sagittarius, it's very connected to travel and expansion. And for some reason, just then, I was like, oh, some of you are absolutely moving and setting roots somewhere new with this Saturn energy. Setting roots somewhere new, finding where you really want to commit yourself, because Saturn is also the planet of commitment. And being in Sagittarius in the 4th house, it's sort of like exploring, where do I want to commit myself in my home? Where do I want to set my roots? And Venus is very just like love, beauty, and money. You want to love it. You want to feel prosperous. You want to feel like you got it for a good deal, a good price. And with beauty, it's like you want to love where you live. You want to feel like it's a reflection of you and all of that. So there could be different things that you are doing in regards to that. I am also seeing possible expansion in your foundation, in your family. The 4th house doesn't really deal with kids per se, but sometimes when we're talking about expanding your home life, it can touch on like kids or things like that. So I just want to point that out for some of you if that is a phase of life that you are in. So let's see what else we get for you here. We also have Justice coming up for you. So Justice is when we also, it's like putting up boundaries. Maybe you are wanting more structure in your home life. Maybe some of you work from home with this Saturn and Venus energy. It's like home is your place of rest and rejuvenation, but it also is your place of work. So some of you, that's going to be relevant. And Justice is making more structure so that you don't feel like you live your work, right? Like rather it's like not living to work, but like having a bit more balance with that. Balance, right? Justice is the scales. Balance when it comes to work and home life. If you feel like you've been overworked, I really feel like you're going to be balancing that out. If you feel like you need more balance when it comes to focusing on the productivity that you really want to get done rather than constantly being drained by all of the current responsibilities that you have that might be holding you back from a future vision, I really feel like this is going to be balancing out as well. So putting your foot down with those things. Also, if your home life has been chaotic and all over the place, I'm also seeing boundaries and justice being brought to that situation to where you're going to be able to balance out your home life. So when it comes to other people that you might live with, your family, things like that, justice is like, okay, we're going to be balancing that. So that is something that you are manifesting as well. So more structure and flow and ease and balance within your home life. Also, if there's something that you really needed to speak your mind about, justice is also giving me that energy. Empress. Empress is connected to the planet of Venus, and we had Venus come up for you right at first, and now we have Empress coming up. Empress is the card of the mother, but it's usually when we're in this creative state where we're creating something. The Empress is represented by a pregnant woman, so she can indicate pregnancies, expanding family, but the Empress on the other side of motherhood could also be brewing, creating, and bringing life to not only just a child, but also to like a business idea or a project, or bringing love into her home, brewing something. The Empress is a card of abundance and opulence and luxury. So there could be something here where you're manifesting being surrounded by more luxury. The Empress is a woman who she's so abundant, and she just focuses on her abundance. She's like the kind of woman who's like, oh, I'm gonna go to Pilates and then get my matcha and then go out for breakfast with my girls, and then I'm also gonna be like, you know, creative in my business, and then I'm also gonna take care of my family. Like she kind of has it all together in all of those areas, and she also kind of makes things beautiful. The Empress is known to make things beautiful because she's so connected to Venus. So she loves beautifying her life, beautifying her world, romanticizing her life, romanticizing her world, feeling in her element. And if some of you are thinking about moving or doing a renovation, the Empress card would indicate that move or that renovation, you're going to be so satisfied with where you end up, and it's going to be so much better than where you are right now. It's like beautiful. The Empress is beauty, okay? It is a card of just wondrous beauty and abundance. It also indicates an increase in finances, which I actually meant to talk about, by the way, because the 4th house can deal with our savings. So if any of you have been really trying to like save up for something bigger, like a bigger chapter in your life, saving up for something like a renovation or buying the home of your dreams or doing the move that you really want to do, things like this. Venus is the planet that rules money, right? Saturn helps us have structure, and the 4th house is our foundation and our savings and our security. This would indicate that you are expanding that. Sagittarius, the energy of expansion, you're going to be expanding your savings. There is more abundance coming in for you, so you are manifesting making more money. For some of you, I really feel like you either have your own business or you have a business idea that you've been wanting to step into. And if so, I'm seeing that that's going to be very promising if you are very dedicated to expanding that, if you are very dedicated to that vision. So for those of you that are in the realm of business or thinking about getting into the realm of business, I do see that being very, it has so much prosperous potential there. And that is something that you are manifesting. So if you decide to actually pursue that, I do think that this is going to be something that has that real ability to expand into being quite prosperous and abundant. On the other hand of things, if some of you are manifesting pregnancy, Empress is totally in alignment with that. If any of you are manifesting being more put together and feeling like your life is more romanticized, that is absolutely coming through. If you've also been really wanting to like be more disciplined and get your stuff together, justice with the Empress is like the disciplined woman who's like so put together. She's the one who's like, she's looking her best, she's feeling her best, she's being her best, she is put together. So that could be another aspect of something that you are manifesting right here, is like being really put together and being really like proud of yourself, reaching some big goals. We also have the Fool being reversed. Okay, I love that this card came up in the reverse position. Fool is good either way, but when the Fool is reversed, it's sort of like we're less naive, and we're not necessarily, like, it's, the Fool, whenever it shows up, always indicates the beginning of a new chapter, but this beginning, it's sort of like, you sort of know, you have a bit more of a handle on the reins rather than sometimes when we start a new chapter and we're walking into the unknown and we've never explored it before, we kind of feel really naive. We feel like the fool. And it's so new, it's so familiar, it's so unfamiliar. But the Fool being reversed is sort of when it's indicating that this next chapter that we're going into, we're already going to have some tools under our belt. So perhaps if you do have, for example, like a new business idea, maybe you've already been in business before, so it's not like you're navigating it from a completely naive place. You already have some wisdom under your belt. Or for example, if you are moving or something like this, maybe you've moved many times before. Maybe you've spent a lot of time in the city that you are moving to or the place that you're moving to. Maybe you've already spent a lot of time in that area. You already know it, right? So it can indicate all these types of things. When it comes to creating more structure in your life, really up-leveling yourself, creating these new patterns, these new things, you already have so many of the tools under your belt to make it really successful. And that's what the Fool reversed is indicating. It's like you are manifesting this new chapter, but it's going to be easier than you just going into it completely fresh and new because you already have a bit of like wisdom under your belt. You already have a bit of that familiarity. Our next couple cards that we have, it's also interesting, by the way, let me point out something. We have all Major Arcana cards as our first 3 cards. Major Arcana cards always indicate that we are going through a major phase in our life. It's going to be very significant. The Major Arcana cards, there's only technically 22 cards in the whole tarot deck that are Major Arcana, and there's 72 cards. 78 cards. There's a lot of cards. So when these come up, they indicate major shifts, major chapters of our lives. So this next thing that you're manifesting, what you're manifesting right now, all these things, it's going to be huge. It's going to be a very significant chapter for you. Family, business, money, beauty, home life, all of that. Like that's what's really coming through here. King of Pentacles is also coming through. If you guys are in business, I just have to say King of Pentacles is so promising in that area. He's successful, okay? He's prosperous. He is abundant. He gets stuff done. So the King of Pentacles can represent you. It can represent our career. And it would represent all things that are abundance or promotions or being a leader, because the kings are usually like the leader, right? They're the leader of something. If you don't work, or if career is irrelevant, or if you work in more of a corporate situation or something like this, or if you're in school, whatever the case may be, for this, King of Pentacles would translate to being able to be more prosperous, being able to create a more solid, stable, secure foundation where we feel a stronger sense of security. We feel more stable, more sure of ourselves. So that's coming into your life. You are manifesting more stability there. King of Pentacles can also represent a person in our lives. So this could represent a father, for example. It can also represent a partner that we have that might be entering a very prosperous realm and might also be helping support us. So I do also want to point that out. If you, maybe don't work or something like this and you're wondering how this applies, King of Pentacles can also represent somebody in your life who's very prosperous, very generous, very supportive. Right? The pentacles are so supportive. So it can represent that as well. If you have both of those things into your life, let's say that you are like married to someone who's also being a provider, things like that, and so are you, this would represent a really prosperous time for the both of you, where there's just a lot more ease, there's a lot more stability, there's a lot more financial freedom. The King of Pentacles, he's quite financially free, and he's also really good with his money. So if you've been wanting to manifest being really good with your money, if you've been wanting to manifest feeling like you have a very strong foundation with your money, that is coming in. The Empress, Justice, and the King of Pentacles and also the Fool being reversed, it's like we're going into this next chapter that we're manifesting and we're just so much more wise, so much more smart. And because of that, the decisions that we're going to be making, the choices that we're going to be making, we're much more detail oriented because we see all the ins and outs, you know? I really see this as you like up leveling and getting to this point of being like, this is my time to really grow. Growing in the realm of career and finance and prosperity and abundance, growing in the realm of my foundation of feeling this sense of safety and security, that is expanding like no other. And I didn't even look at our next card yet. And I love that the next card is the Sun card. So basically almost all of our cards here are major arcana cards, okay? We only have one non-major arcana, which is a court card. We have the King of Pentacles. Other than that, all of these four right here are major arcana. And the Sun is such a happy card. Oh my goodness. For one, the Sun is actually connected to money. So it's interesting, we have all of these like correlations to money coming up in your reading. And the Sun is also where we feel like there's been a rebirth. It can also be where we are spending more time in the sun. For some of you, you might be moving somewhere warmer, where it's like sunny a lot. So that could be an aspect of the Sun card. The Sun card could also be where we're moving somewhere brighter, or we're doing renovations where our home is all of a sudden brighter. It's letting in more light. We also feel more lighter. We feel more radiant. The Sun is where we feel radiant. We feel like we can shine our light. We feel happier. The Sun is such a happy card. And let me tell you, the Sun, if you look up the Empress and the Sun, the Empress is a pregnant woman, and then the Sun is a little baby child riding a horse. And it can represent a child coming into our life. So for some of you, this could be something that you're manifesting. Maybe you are manifesting expanding your family. That could be a total aspect here. So I just want to point that out for some of you who that will be relevant for, because I know it's been like a theme coming up in your particular reading. However, if that's not in the cards for you, if you're just like, no, that's like definitely not for me, of course, then just take the other aspects of what we're talking about here, because these are general readings. So I point out all the different aspects and possibilities. And the Sun card is also like, it can just represent going into such a happy time where we feel expansive, we feel confident, we feel radiant. It can also deal with our hair and feeling really confident about our hair. So it's interesting, Empress and the Sun, because the Empress deals with beauty. We had Venus come up, which is love, beauty, and money. And the Sun card, if any of you are really wanting to like do something different with your hair, or make it longer, gain more confidence with your hair, that's going to be relevant for some of you, but that's just coming through as I was looking at the Sun card. It just reminded me of its connection to Leo, which is so connected to hair. So I wanted to point that out for those of you who have been trying to manifest things around your hair, growing it out, doing something new with it. Yeah. So let's see what else we get here. My group number 4s. What you are currently manifesting. Okay, we have transmute. So the worker bee, oh wow. The pentacle at the top here, I am again getting the message. I really feel like a lot of you who chose this pile, you might be like a business owner, or you might work from home, or have some sort of career where you're really involved in it. The worker bee over here, and the pentacle and transmute, you're going into you're manifesting productivity, but also receiving a lot of abundance for that productivity, for all of the work that you've been putting in. I almost have a question for some of you. I have a question. Have you been really trying to work on a big up level in your career? Because if so, that's going to pay off. Spirit sees the work that you're putting in. The universe knows what you've been manifesting. They see the work that you've been putting in. And yes, I can say that what you are manifesting on the other side of that, this thing that you're so proud of. Look at this. It's like this bee creates this thing that they're like, I'm so proud of this. Look what I did. Look what I created. And I feel like this is you. So are you manifesting this? Because that's what I'm seeing. You're taking an idea, you're transmuting it into the physical. This could also be the other manifestations that we were talking about. So if you're not in like career business stuff, then of course this would be more along the lines of all the other kind of like more home stuff that we were talking about, and improvements there, improvements in the self. Because the pentacles can also symbolize just improvements in general. Usually they symbolize physical improvements in our material world. So I'm also hearing that some of you have invested in education that's going to help you up level. For some reason that is coming through there as well. And I really think that that's going to pay off for you. We also have get creative here. So we have this beautiful, I feel like you are also manifesting a time where you're going to be so excited about the creativity, like this spark. There's this spark with you of creativity. And if you don't have that spark yet, that spark is absolutely coming. But I kind of get the feeling like most of you who chose this pile, you already kind of have that spark. This is leading to a lot of creativity, which is going to lead to a lot of expansion for you. And the creation of something that you are going to be so proud of that you're kind of almost ready to like show the world. We do also have patience over here, and we also have reflect. So then we have two kind of like more inner cards. Patience and reflect. Some of you have like been really patient with building this new chapter, building this new sort of area of your life that you're stepping into. You've been waiting for it for quite some time. You've been putting a lot of work. You've been patient because you know that results sometimes take time. And the results, Spirit is saying, are going to be so worth the effort that you've been putting in. They're going to be so worth it. But patience, okay? There's still a little bit to go, so be patient with it. But it's so worth it if you stay on track with it. You keep holding that vision, okay? The reflection card, I'm seeing this as one other thing that you are manifesting is being so much more proud of yourself. And also when we think about reflection, we think about looking at ourselves in a mirror. If you've been really wanting to have more self-love, this is also coming through as a big manifestation. Really having so much more of that self-love. I got goosebumps when I said that. Oh, I got goosebumps again when I said that. Wow. So yeah, I see that as being something that is going to be very beautiful for you as well. I'm also seeing you being able to look back at things in your past that maybe you used to look back at with a negative lens. You're going to be able to reflect back on the past and see a lot of positivity through a time where that maybe it didn't look so positive at first. You are manifesting a big transformation to where when you look back, you're like, wait a second, I'm actually really happy about that. I'm really happy about where that led me. And you're going to see sort of more purpose and reason behind it. So let's see. What else do we get for you? We also have the Seer. And then I also felt like this card kind of wanted to come out. Okay, we have Medium. Ooh, Seer and the Medium. So both of these deal with sort of intuition and psychic sense. And then let's see, what else do we get? Let's get one more of these ones. Ooh, that one wanted to come out. Spirit. Wow, all of these cards coming through that represent like the other side or spirit or intuition and things like that. So that's really interesting. This one's about renew, detox, purify, cleanse. We have the number 11 here, which is an angel number. If you have been seeing the number 11 or 111 around, here is your sign. 111s or 11s indicate manifesting a new chapter. The ones are the beginning of the numerological sequence. So ones are all about a new chapter, new beginning. Our Fool card also talks about that. So this is like a renewal. There's also going to be a detox where you purify, you cleanse out the old in your life. The Seer is see, enlighten, visualize, interpret. Something that you've been already visualizing, maybe something that you've been wanting to improve the things that you see around you, wanting to make things more beautiful. That is coming in. Medium is culminate, consult, connect, and convey. I feel like you're going to be so much better at speaking about what it is that you want and need. And maybe that's also another aspect of our Justice card. Another thing that you're manifesting is being much more confident in your voice, much more confident in conveying what it is that you want to say, tapping more into the flow, tapping more into your intuition, being able to see the path to get where you want to go, because maybe there's also still a little bit of clouds in front of you. You know what you want, right? But maybe there's still a little bit of like, but how is that going to happen? How am I going to get there? The seer is when we listen to our intuition, right? We're getting guidance from Spirit. I really feel like Spirit is coming through, bringing you guidance right now. And Spirit wants you to know that you are on the path of achieving these things. Spirit wants you to know that, okay? Like, I'll just say that right now. They want you to know you are on the path of achieving the things that you want. And trust your intuition, trust in Spirit, because Spirit is saying, you've already manifested this thing. Spirit is here guiding you to it. Listen to your intuition, because that's how Spirit's going to be speaking to you. You're going to feel these inner callings, these unexplainable pulls, these unexplainable pushes, things like that. And then the seer is like, you are on the Spirit totally trusts you. They know that you got this. You might not trust yourself at times. You might be like, well, how do I know it's all happening? How do I know I'm doing the right things? Spirit knows how you operate. So Spirit knows how to guide you, and Spirit fully trusts you that you're going to receive the message. Spirit's not concerned at all. So Spirit wants you to let go of any worries or concerns there. You're already doing it. Stay connected to your vision, okay? And trust, because that is like a huge message coming through. Okay, let's see. Any last messages for my group 4s? A change in the wind. So there is an absolute redirection. There's a shift in the wind for you. And then let's see our last 2 cards we have here and now. And then we also have flexible. So you're also manifesting getting around some deep obstacles in your life. You're manifesting the way to get around some big obstacles that maybe at the moment you don't see how you're going to get around certain obstacles. You're kind of just like, wait a second, like, how is that going to work? If I want outcome B and I'm currently at outcome A, let me reword this. If I want outcome F, but I'm currently at A, how do I navigate getting there? How do I navigate through all of those different hurdles and obstacles and things that might be in the way? Flexibility coming up is an indication that you are manifesting the perfect path that's actually going to be easy. Maybe you don't see it right now, but the universe is flexing, right? Okay. Things are shifting and flexing to where you're going to be just guided over it. Like, just imagine somebody who's like so flexible that's able to make it over an obstacle. Like, this orange down here is like the obstacle, but she's flexed in a way where she's like, oh, we'll just get over it with ease, right? And it doesn't have to be some hard thing. It's just like she's doing it with ease. She's already built to do that. So the universe right now wants you to know that all the circumstances that are happening in your life right now are all shifting and changing to allow you to navigate through whatever has been in the way. Be present. That's a message from Spirit. Spirit sometimes has messages that comes through in these readings. Trust, there is a change in the wind. It is helping you get to where you want to go. Allow your mind to be flexible. Allow your mind to be open, because I do think that there's new doors that are going to be opening, new things that are going to be opening, that's going to require you to be flexible. But the universe is flexing in your favor. So all of this is going to be happening, but be open to that flexibility yourself in order for this to come out in the easiest way. Here and now, this is about being more present, being more here, and also appreciating the present moment, which I really feel like is another aspect that you are manifesting. I'm going to restart my camera really quick just so that it doesn't cut out. Okay, we are back. So yeah, here and now. So being more present. Also look at past, future. And she's in the present. I really feel like there's a new door that's going to be opening up in the present that's going to really help bring you to the future that you desire. Okay, but rather than living in the past, rather than living in the future, I really feel like another thing that you're manifesting is loving where you are. So that is what we have. My beautiful group number 4s. Thank you so much for joining me here today. I also just realized you're group number 4, and there was so many 4 things that were coming up, like the 4th house. We were talking about home life, things like that, your foundation, all of that. So that's quite interesting. Just wanted to point that out before we end off. But I wanted to send you all so much love. If you're also interested in any crystal jewelry, I have an amazing website where we hand make gorgeous crystal beaded bracelets, and I make them with gold fill, meaning that you can wear them in water. They do not tarnish. They are super high quality. They're made with the most high quality crystals with their own crystal energy magic. And I also make them according to your wrist size so that they will fit you perfectly. That is one thing that I always struggled with when it came to like crystal bracelets, is that they would always be like way too big for my wrists, or sometimes like too small. So yeah, we make them according to your wrist size. So all the information for all of that will be linked down below, plus the other jewelry and crystals that I sell. You can all find it on my website. Thank you all so much for joining me here for today's video, and until next time, bye. All right, my group number 5s, if you chose this one, this is going to be your reading all about what you're currently manifesting. So let's go ahead and find out. All right, so before we get into our tarot cards, we're gonna roll the Astro dice to get some information right off the bat for you. So we have Mars, ooh, the planet of like productivity and fire and being the inner warrior, in Cancer, in the 6th house. Ooh, okay, so 6th house is our career, it's our environment, it is being productive. It also deals with our schedule and our diet and our physical body. So, ooh, Mars is the planet where it is like, it's the warrior. It wants to be, determined. It wants to get things done. I just had this huge bowl of Italian wedding soup. It was so good, but if I like make any sort of weird digestive noises, I apologize in advance. But Mars is such a fiery energy, passionate energy. Being in the 6th house, I wouldn't be surprised if something that you're manifesting is being very productive when it comes to your career, getting a lot done, having this warrior, determined mentality to get something done, to do something, to achieve something. The 6th house can also deal with our inner healing. So if there's anything that you really need to heal physically, this can also be where we're really determined to do that. We're extremely determined to do that. And it's sort of like, I will find a way. I am going to find a way to get this done or achieve this result, either career-wise or within your body, because 6th house is like both career and also your physical body. Another thing that this can indicate, Mars is like known as this like really like muscular kind of god-like energy. And being in the 6th house, where it deals with the body, when Mars is in the 6th house, it can indicate that we get very determined to make a physical shift in our body. So if you have been trying to manifest like going to the gym or getting a certain result there, it can also indicate that. But the 6th house is like, it's very healthy. So it focuses on like doing things the healthy way. But Mars is like this determined, like, I am going to do it. I'm going to be dedicated. I am going to like, it's like the fire in our belly. It's like a vision that we have that we so want to achieve. Being in the zodiac sign of Cancer, Cancer is this calm, peaceful kind of energy. So it brings a little peace to the fiery Mars energy, but at the same time, it also makes us more compassionate and more intuitively aware of our feelings. It's like, I want to feel really good here. I want to feel at peace when it comes to my career, when it comes to my body, when it comes to my health, when it comes to my environment and my routine that I'm in. So yeah, it's like this fiery energy of like, I need to break through any obstacles that have been taking away my peace, that have been taking away my serenity. And I want to feel more serene, but it's so interesting because it's like you're doing it in a fiery way, if that makes sense. If that makes sense. Okay, we're gonna get into some tarot cards here as well to get some more information on this. But yeah, it's like also your routine. It's almost like you're wanting your routine to feel really good. You're wanting to have that balance between, oh, I'm passionate and sparked up, but I'm also having time to rejuvenate and go into my like spa time. Like that's the Cancerian energy. It's like, let's rejuvenate, go into like the spa energy. Let's get ourselves feeling good. And yeah, so you're doing that when it comes to your health, your well-being, when it comes to your career. It's like igniting the spark, but then also having that rejuvenating kind of energy there as well, where it's very more conscious, if that makes sense, right? So let's see, what else do we get for you all about what my group fives are currently manifesting. Let's see. So we do also have Queen of Cups. She is reversed over here. Fulfillment. This is a message. So when it comes to areas of your life where you have not been fulfilled, or maybe you felt drained. Have you felt drained in your career? Have you felt drained when it comes to your own self-image? Have you felt drained when it comes to taking care of your health? Because one thing that I can say that you are manifesting right now is a shift in that. You have been really almost like, sometimes Mars gets angry, but sometimes anger can be the motivation. So it can also be when we get to such a point where we're like, I am so fed up with my current circumstances or with my current habits, because the sixth house is like our habits. It can be when we're like so frustrated with ourselves and our choices and where we are right now that we're like, you know what? I'm going to make change. And Cancer, it's a water sign. The cups are the element of water. So for you, it's really, I just got a message that Spirit might want you to like drink more water. Let's like focus on the healthy, pure things. For some reason that came out as a message, like a random side message. However, the other side of this, what this is talking about in terms of what you're manifesting, is water to fill up your empty cup. So when you feel a lack of fulfillment, you are manifesting the fulfillment right now. You are manifesting being fulfilled in your career, in your health, in your body image, in your environment, in your schedule, in your routines. You're manifesting healing there. So that's a huge thing that you're manifesting right now. We do also have 6 of Swords coming through, and we also have 5 of Crystals. 6 of Swords is when we're moving to a much better place, in terms of like, maybe we felt like life was a bit rocky, unpredictable. We felt topsy-turvy and things like that. This is when we get to a much more calm place. But it's interesting because your calm place also comes with this fiery energy of being lit up again, with that Mars energy, being passionate again. Yes, we're getting to a more calm, peaceful place, but we're also getting lit up with more passion. 5 of Crystals, wow, this coming up. So 5 of Crystals can actually touch on health as well. It can touch on our physical well-being. And it can indicate that we might be dealing with where we feel like we're complaining a lot, either about our physicality, our physical well-being, or our physical environment that we're always in. There's been things that you've been complaining about here. There's been things that haven't been that great. I really see this manifesting this energy to really do something about it. Manifesting this fire under your butt of like, I'm gonna shift this because it is so worth it. And sometimes when you get to that point of feeling so drained, oddly enough, that can be where you fill up your cup the fastest. It's so interesting how that plays a role. Like, I've absolutely been there myself at times where I've been at such a low that all of a sudden the low becomes there's so much emotion there that all of a sudden that emotion just like bursts out, and I'm just like, oh, I'm taking action. I am not gonna let this stop me anymore. I am just gonna do something about this. And then all of a sudden you get all this motivation. Like, Mars is this motivation, and there's gonna be motivation to really fill your cup. There's gonna be motivation to like, let's take action. Mars is all about taking action. Whereas 5 of Crystals is kind of like when we're at the point of like almost giving up, right? So is there something in your life where it's almost felt like you have wanted to give up on it? Maybe you've wanted to give up on a dream. Maybe you wanted to give up on like ever shifting your circumstances because maybe it just felt so like a deep weight, right? And if so, you are absolutely manifesting the shift out of that. Our astrodice, like, I can't even believe it. This is such a spark of a shift. This is such a healing spark of a shift. With that Cancerian energy, it's just like, let's fill the cup, let's rejuvenate again. But it comes from this fiery energy of like, I am going to make this happen, right? So it's kind of like that interesting contrast between those two. We also have another card that just flipped over. We have the Seven of Cups. So the Seven of Cups can also be where we are feeling lost on what to choose, where we're clouded and we're like, okay, but what next? What do I do next? How do I do this? How do I make this happen? So if you have been confused or looking for the right choice, looking for the right path, looking for the answer to something to solve all of this, this is an indication that, for one, I actually think that there's multiple options for you. What feels the best for you? I feel like you already know it deep down inside. You already know what the right choice is. You already know what's going to get you where you want to go. You already know what you need to do. It's just about lighting the fire and being that Mars energy of like, I am going to break through. I am going to shift this so deeply. It's no longer letting this Five of Crystals energy of this like, this drained lack of energy stop you, or this weight stop you. It's kind of like, I'm just going to do something about this because like, I don't want to stay here anymore. So yeah, like, wow. Oh my goodness. Like, can I just like clap for you, my group fives? Like, this is really cool and amazing that this energy is coming up. Like, I'm really proud of you for manifesting this. Like, this is right here. Like, let's go. So let's see. We also have the moon coming up being reversed. Okay, clarity. When the moon comes up being reversed, it is clarity. Because when it's upright, it can kind of indicate that we are sort of in a time of our life where there is, like, we're in the night, right? The moon comes out at night. And when we're in the night, there's not a lot of light. We can't see a lot. So there's like a lack of clarity, right? When the moon's reversed, it can indicate that our clarity and our answer is coming. It can also indicate that through times, like maybe you have lacked trust in yourself and your own intuition. This is also shifting for you. I feel like you are manifesting how to trust yourself, especially with it being next to the Seven of Cups, where this can kind of be like a confused energy where we're like, what do I choose? Trust yourself. You know the answer. And even if you're sitting there right now and you're like, I don't know the answer, let me tell you how to find the answer. What do you want most in your life? If you could have anything and you could have it the way that you wanted it, what would it be? And don't tie it to any like, oh, but if I have this and that comes with this, or if I have this and that means that had to happen in order for, like, if you could have it the exact way that you wanted it, what are the things that you love the most? What are you the most called to? What lights you up, right? Let's remove all the other stuff for a second, because you can manifest what you want in life. And it can come in the way that you want it. It can come in the most beautiful way. And so you already know, I feel like, the things that call you the most. And I really feel like your answer's coming, the clarity is coming. And also there's this message of listen to your intuition, because if you listen to yourself, if you start trusting yourself and really start believing in yourself, if you start believing in yourself, the things that are about to change, which you are manifesting this, by the way, you're already on the track to doing this. You're already on the track of going into this better time, you're already on the track of this, right? But as you start really embracing that belief more and more, this is all just going to like accumulate faster and faster for you, these positive shifts, these positive changes. So, that's already what's coming through. It's also interesting that I put amethyst on this group, because amethyst is a crystal that helps us cut out old habits. It helps us cut out past addictions and also past habits, because habits can also be something that we're addicted to, right? And it helps us stop those. It's the crystal that helps us end those patterns. So that's quite interesting coming up for you, because I do feel like you are ending old patterns and starting to implement new habits that are actually going to make you feel really good. Let me ask you, what are the habits that you've done sometimes that maybe you've pushed yourself into, or something that you've done before that you're like, wait a minute, that made me feel really good? Such as like eating a really healthy meal, going for a workout, and then, you know, getting yourself ready. Maybe you felt really good when you did that. Like, whew, let's make that a habit then. Let's make that a habit if it made you feel really good. So yeah, but that could come in multiple forms, right? It doesn't have to come in that specific form. Maybe it's different for you, but I'm just using that as an example. We also have the card of Dare to Dream. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I feel like you have maybe held yourself back from dreaming a little bit, and that's been one of the reasons why things have felt the way that they have. Dare to dream. Let yourself dream. Expand yourself out of those old stories and old limitations of like, oh, I can't, or oh, this is going to come at a cost. This is going to come at the price of this. Dare to like let yourself dream outside of that. Like, be a little kid again and ask yourself, if you were a little kid who, you know, had all the possibilities in front of them, what would you want? What would you dream of? And just so you know, like, those things are possible. Let me tell you that. I have done the impossible in my life, where if you told me like 10 years ago where I would be today, oh my gosh, would I ever not believe that? Like, I'd be like, what? Like, what are you talking about? I did what in my career? I have manifested what? Like, now I have the husband of my dreams, like all these things. I would have not believed you. Okay, so dare to dream. The impossible is absolutely possible. I'm gonna tell you that right now. So, yeah, you're already manifesting the big shifts. So now let yourself dream so that you can really, let's expand this, right? We also have the card of strength. You are manifesting strength to get through anything that you are currently going through right now. You are absolutely manifesting the strength to do so. And the killer whale here is also very connected to Mars energy, because it's a very determined, very fast, very passionate, very like, ooh, it gives like a breakthrough energy. Whatever barrier has been in front of you, whatever wall has been in front of you, whatever weight has been on you, wow, is that breakthrough ever like coming through? Oh my gosh. That breakthrough is coming through so deeply. Cancer is also a very like feisty energy, although many people don't associate it with feist. But if you think about Cancer, the crab, like they can pinch, they can like, you know, they can get fiery, I guess. I don't want to use the word fiery because it's not a fire element, but it's like a, you know what I mean? It's like a feisty. So there's like a feisty, like, oh, I'm going to break through kind of energy that you are completely calling into your life, that is going to transform your life so radically, to where you put your fulfillment first. You're going to figure out the things that really do fill your cup, shifting around routines that have held you back. Like, there's going to be such shifts at really figuring out where it is that you belong and where it is that is going to bring you that most fulfillment in your life, and really connecting with that. Let's see what else we get for you, my group fives. Let's see, my group fives, What else are you currently manifesting in your life? Okay, we have Guardian coming through. So you are protected. Maybe you've been trying to manifest more protection, or at least more surety that you are protected. I just heard in my head, like, your prayers have been answered. I just heard that in my head. Like Spirit just said that. Like your guardian angels, your spirit guides just came through and said that. We have heard your prayers and they are being answered. We are there for you. We are here protecting you, defending you, guiding you through the maze of confusion that you might be in right now. They're guiding you. Trust that. They are there. They are so there. And they know that you're going to make it to the goal, right? They know that you're going to make it there. They know it. They wouldn't be putting all this effort in if not. Like, they already know you're going to make it there. trust in them too. Trust in it, even though it seems confusing, right? We also have Priestess. Oh, the rebirth that you are going to have, the rebirth that you are manifesting. So Priestess is the first card in this deck, and number ones always indicate a new chapter, a new beginning. And when we have all the red here, red is the color of power. It is the color of like maturing to the next level. It's also the energy of passion and fieriness. It's the color of awakening. Like, oh, begin, perceive, predict, prophesy. So the universe wants you to know right now, it's already like, this is already in the works for you. You are becoming this priestess, or, you know, you can shift that word to whatever if you're a guy, but you know what I mean? So like stepping into your power, stepping into your goddesshood, where it's like, oh, I've called my power back. Look at how powerful she is. Like, she's really called her power back. She's in her power. Red is the power color, right? Then we also have mystic coming through. So know, seek, contemplate, philosophize. So something else that's really coming through is like a strong, faithful energy, like an unwavering faith. Coming to this mystic is somebody who believes in the unseen. They trust in the unseen because they trust their intuition so deeply, and they know with all their heart that they're going to achieve something. They know that their future, right? They trust in their future. They trust in what they're creating. They trust in what they're manifesting. So for you, I really feel like you're stepping more into this like priestess, mystic energy of, oh, I know my future is powerful. I know my future is strength. I know my future is the expansion of my dreams. I know my future is my health and my well-being. You're really stepping more into that. I feel like you're going through a spiritual awakening. And I don't use that word often, I would say. Like, your spiritual awakening is sort of like the crumbling of the old limitations, the old patterns, the old things that really kept you stuck. You're going to look back and be so happy that you went through this transformation, because it's really unlocking in you this inner knowing. This inner knowing. Rather than ever feeling like lost or confused, it's really awakening this inner knowing, this trust in your own intuition, the awakening of, like, your intuition's always been there, but sometimes we don't trust it, or we don't know how to decipher it from fear or ego versus, you know, our own inner intuition. Sometimes we don't know how to decipher between those things. So sometimes we think that all the things that we fear are actually our intuition telling us that, you know, all these bad things, whereas it's probably actually not telling you that at all. That's probably just a projection of fear from preconditioned programs, right? Or from projections from our past. So I really think that you're stepping more into the manifestor's seat of your life, connecting to the mystic energy of like, you know what? Now I know how to decipher those things. Now I know the difference between those things. And I think it's just really going to like invigorate your energy so much more. It's really helping you step into your power. So let's see. What else do we get here at my group fives? All about what you're manifesting. Look at that card, how it flew out. That one had so much to say. So new life, you're manifesting a totally new life right now. Maybe you're not so happy with where things were right now, but you are manifesting an entirely new life right now. There's going to be a whole overhaul. I'm really hearing the words that 2 years from now, okay? And this could happen sooner for some of you. It can happen like, you know, as late as 2 years from now for others. Spirit usually gives a broad timeline in general readings. So your new life, within 2 years from now, I really think your entire life is going to be unrecognizable to where you might be right now. like unrecognized. You're gonna look at how she's waking up, and oh, this is gonna be how you wake up in the mornings, where you're just so satisfied. It's like, oh, I'm feeling myself. I feel great. Here's the morning. It's like she's excited to wake up. She's like happy. She's like, oh, she's like doing those stretches. It's getting in deep. She feels like there's this like luxurious, being high on the pedestal type of energy in this card. And I'm seeing this as your energy in your new life, being like, oh, look at what I've done. Look what I've accumulated. I'm so proud. Like, oh, that's your energy going. I almost want to hold this card up so you can like see it even better. But it's like, oh, I'm so proud. Look at me. She's like up on her pedestal, enjoying her life, enjoying her morning. Like, oh. And then, okay, so we also have thinker. So things where you've been like overthinking, or intrusive thoughts, or negative thinking, things that have been really like weighing you down, you are manifesting an entirely new life. Like, it's going to be so different from what you're currently used to. Angel number 44 is coming through, and this indicates a more solid foundation is manifesting, and it indicates that you are very protected, and that the changes right now are going to be so positive in bringing you to a new solid foundation where it's not going to be this like blah energy. We also have why. Okay, so a big question is like, okay, why are these things happening? You're going to be able to see that on the other side of things, because there's always a reason, there's always a purpose. And we also have angel number 4 right here with the 3 and the 1 that equals a 4, and that's showing up again. If 4s follow you around, 4s used to follow me around when I was going through a huge transition in my life, and I needed signs from the universe that things were going to be okay, that I was making the right decisions. 4s always followed me around to let me know that, yeah, you're on the right track. You are totally protected. You are totally good. You are setting up a solid, secure foundation. You can feel secure. 4s are all about security. There are 4 walls. There are foundations. So if you've been needing that confirmation, there you go. 4s are also a number of commitment and improvement. So that's coming up too. I also feel like reading is going to be something that you get into. It's like learning, reading, expanding your mind. Expanding your mind is another thing that you're manifesting, and it's going to give you answers to the big questions that you've been asking, the big things that you're like, why? Oh, you're going to get your answers, and you're going to feel very satisfied with those answers, and it's going to bring you to this new life of being like, you know what? Ooh, I'm very glad that those things happen. Because right when it's like explained, it's like, oh, yeah. Then we can be okay with it. And there is reasons why, and I really feel like you're going to figure out your why, or if there's anything right now that you've been really needing in your life, answers that you've been really needing for the things that you've been facing, that's coming through as well. So you've been manifesting the answers to that. So that is what we have here. My group number 5 is all about what you are currently manifesting in your life. Things are going to be shifting a lot here, and I am so proud of you and so happy for these shifts that you are making and creating right now, because it's leading you to something so beautiful, to so much strength, so much inner power, and so much like, good news zest. So I'm sending you all so much love. Thank you so much for joining me here, and until next time, bye.